Hello, welcome back to Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot for the Divine Download being recorded for you November 24th, 2020. I'm going to send my text notifications to all those who have requested them. And there is more information below the video for those who would like to request text message notifications. Sometimes I'm sitting next to my friends and associates hours after or even days after, and a notification will come in on a show that I already done. So this is why I have a personal notification system set up, and then that's available to anybody who wants to utilize that. Also, there's more information about other things that I have available for you below the video, and our most recent custom crystal empowerment bracelet is still available. So if you're interested in that, you can email me at the information below the video. Okay. Now that those announcements are out of the way, today would be my father's 68th birthday, was if he were still alive. And so last night, this song came to me. It was one of his favorites when he would go to church with my mother when I was a kid. So as I pull cards today, I'll be singing this song. Okay, it's called How Great Thou Art. Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, the power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When through the woods and forest glades I wander and hear the birds sing softly in the trees, when I look down from lofty mountain grandeur and hear the brook and feel the gentle breeze, then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. And when I think that God his Son not sparing sent him to die, I scarce can take it in, that on the cross my burden gladly bearing, he bled and died to take away my sin. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How come with shout of acclamation and take me home where joy shall fill my heart. Then I shall bow in humble adoration and there proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. All right. I think that's the second time in the whole history of Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot that we have been divinely guided to sing a song from my church background when I was a kid. We spent many hours and days in church with my mother, a very church-going woman. And so just to be clear, we do not promote any religion above another. As a matter of fact, I myself am not part of any religion, whether mainstream or otherwise. I do not adhere to any religious order, group, whatever you want to call it, organization. I am not a part of any of them. I am love, peace, and happiness. That's what I am. So just to be clear, I want to say hello. Before I could get through the song, we have so many beautiful commenters in our audience today. I see Lynn. Thank you. I see Tina. I see Hinemano, all the way with us from New Zealand. And I see Wanda, so thankful and grateful. And so, yes, to all of you who know me, who have been supporting the channel for so long, you know that my father is a huge influence in my awakening. And that was, he would go to church maybe 2 or 3 times a year. But when he did, that was his favorite song to hear. And I believe that anytime the pastor saw my father come through the doors, he made sure that that was part of what was going to be sung by the chorus, So that was the first time I sang that since I was probably 13 or 14 years old. I got kicked out of youth group when I was 15. Never went back. So something I want to say about that song, though, that was coming in, and I started to pick it up even before I sang the song. Hold on, let me think of it. Okay. What is it? Santo Cruz. Hold on. Give me just 1 second. Santos Bonacci talks about the sacred secretion. Thank you. Sacred secretion is what came to my mind. If there were a religious, which this is not really a religious belief, but if there was some organized form of belief that I would adhere to, I would most be inclined to believe in something called syncretism, which is the knowing that all things are intertwined. All these different beliefs are intertwined. And the sacrifice of the Christ being set down to earth and being killed and then being risen up again is likened to the rising of the chrism, CHRISM, also known as the sacred secretion, the sacred secret of the Christ within. So I encourage you to do some research on that. I'm going to show you on the screen. You can screenshot if you would like to. Try to get that a little steady. And what it is it's a naturally produced oil within your body that is released and travels down from the brain, down your spinal cord. Once it hits the bottom, it then will reverse travel up the spinal cord. And if it makes it whole and complete back into your brain, you have an epiphany, you have an awakening, you get a divine download. This happens within your body every month. And this is why a lot of people try to create more hospitable environments, less alkaline or less acidic environments within their body, because if the body is too acidic, it will destroy this oil before it can return, and therefore you won't get your gift from Santa Claus, because this antichrism is also related to the energy of Santa Claus. Go watch some of that information that I shared to learn more about it. There's so much there that I don't even know if I could explain it fully to you. I probably should go watch it some more myself and rewatch it until I could fully explain it. But what I know is that I believe in that. And I believe that we don't have to do it in a physical way. We can do it in a spiritual way. I believe that I have done it in a spiritual way. Just by my energy, I believe that I have experienced this time and time again. And I don't believe that it's over. And I don't believe that it'll ever stop for me. And I believe that some of you have experienced this, not knowing what you've done. And I believe that you can allow this process to happen in your body and support it by spiritual means, that you don't have to go vegan or practice yoga every day, that there are other ways to accomplish this. These are just some of the ones that humans had discovered already. So let's get into our cards, as we have pulled many cards today. We have first ignore coming out in the place of love today. Ignore love. Interesting. This is showing me Masaru Emoto's water and rice experiment. That's also a video on YouTube. Masaru, Masaru, Emoto, Emoto, his rice and water experiment. It's about a 2 or 3 minute video. And in one beaker, he spoke love to it for 30 days. The other one, he spoke hate to it for 30 days. The third, he ignored it for 30 days. And so what happens is the one that he ignored was the ugliest. So it's like in love, it's like ignore the qualities that you don't want to continue. So if it's frustrating you, then you know now what to, I'm hearing what to ignore. Is that correct? No, they're saying no, there's something more there. I feel like there's something more that's coming out. You guys saw how long I shuffled these cards, right? Because these cards were taking forever to come out. I think it was because my dad wanted me to finish a whole song. But this card was right here yesterday. Balance was right here in the place of peace. And rebirth was over here in love. Now rebirth is in happiness. So that's interesting. Clarity is at the bottom of the deck. So clarity is here. I feel like some of you may have even recently had this holy sacred secretion come through you and had some divine downloads, okay? Ignore in the place of love. I want to get some clarity on why this word is there. Now, have we ever taken clarity on this word, on these words of clarity? No, not really. But they're showing me to use the Work Your Light. Let me get a card from Work Your Light to show me why is ignore in the place of love. That is not coming in clearly. So interesting, because we have clarity at the bottom of the deck, and now I'm feeling so much here that I need to pull for clarity. So clarify, ignore in the place of love today, please, with one card. Okay. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? Is the card that comes out for ignore. So that's saying, look, there are certain things that you give your focus to, and there are certain things that you don't need to give your focus to. You need to give your focus to the things that you want to build up. I'm hearing that we want to build up, okay? And how are we being called to step up and lead? So there are certain things that we need to learn to ignore to allow our love to flow through. So we don't need to address every single little thing that comes up. Peace and balance, being balanced is going to be peaceful. Maybe this is why we need to ignore certain things, because if we give our focus to the wrong things, then our peace is disturbed and the balance is not allowed. A change is not is not so, it's not balanced. It's not steadied. There we go. Steadied. The word steadied coming through. In happiness, we have rebirth. So there's happiness about rebirth. There's peace and balance, and there's ignoring in love. And I do feel like when you love someone or something, it usually turns out that there are some facets. They're showing me a diamond, that there are some facets that maybe you'd rather not be there, but they're still there. And so we have to choose what we're going to focus our attention on and which ones we're not going to. And then that begs the question also coming up, where have you ignored the opportunity to apply love? I'm hearing you had the opportunity to apply love. Where have you ignored that? Okay. Now from the download today, live, love, empower all. So again, where have we ignored the opportunity to live love? We're being asked to live love and empower all. If we're living love, then we're going to apply that in every situation. Does that mean in every situation that you're just going to, I'm hearing bend over backwards? No, that's not love. Sometimes love is ignoring. Sometimes it is love to ignore something. Let's say, for example, you love me and I have this horrible thing that just gets on your nerves. Somebody loves what I do on this channel, but they hate my nails. Let's use that for example. Y'all have been here around when somebody come on hating on my nails, ain't you? Well, they could ignore the nails and just pay attention to the message if they want. Shit, they ain't even got to watch. They could just turn the volume up and turn the screen over or not look at the screen, right? Or they could completely miss the message by focusing on something and the way it makes them feel, and then miss the opportunity to gather these downloads for themselves, to get this spiritual empowerment that's going around here. So maybe it's not always focusing on the physical vessel. Maybe it's not focusing on the thing that gets on your nerves about somebody, but rather living love to the point of empowerment. Okay. So Lynn asks, is there certain foods or drinks that are good for getting rid of acidic in the body? I know alkaline water is good, and it's good when it's not when you're not consuming foods. Also, I know that green is good, but I'm really not into dietary. I'm not a dietary. I don't focus on diet, and I don't have a lot of information of that. Maybe there's some in the audience that have more information. You can add some comments in to help. And I'm sure there's plenty of information online. I don't really focus on that. I program my body by speaking to my cells to only retain that which is necessary and beneficial for my overall love, peace, health, wealth, and happiness, and eliminate everything else, anything that is in excess, anything that is not that, by the easiest and quickest means possible, so that it seems unnoticeable to me. And so therefore, like, I can eat whatever I want and I'm fine, because I don't work through the physical, I work through the spiritual. I'm a very shortcut oriented person. So I don't know how much help that is for you. And some of you are going to take what I just said about speaking to your cells and run with that. If it resonates, pick it up and run with it. If it doesn't, leave it where you found it. Now, angel number 611 comes out of my OG words of clarity today. Step out of my comfort zone to accomplish my goals is really standing out to me. But it also says, keep a positive attitude and environment. Engage in creative pursuits. Focus on my personal spirituality and life purpose. I am creating reality. So this is awesome. If we're living love, empowering all, and we're ignoring certain things, it's so that we can keep a positive attitude, keep a positive environment, okay? And focus on our personal spirituality and life purpose. So maybe it's a little bit out of our comfort zone to ignore certain aspects of, because and I'm hearing, because you're so used to attacking a problem head on, but see, don't you understand, and you're attacking the problem head on, that you're adding to the reality of the problem. I am creating reality. By your focus on changing what is, instead of embracing what is, you tend to keep what is in your vibration. So it cannot change while you're keeping it sustained vibrationally. So this is why ignore comes in. Don't like something, just ignore it. Eventually, it's going to have to die. And if it doesn't die as a quality within what you're focused upon, maybe that whole situation will dissipate itself in a specific way. Something will come to a head to make it go away. But if you focus upon the positive aspects to keep a positive attitude and environment so that you can live, love, and empower all, this is what's going to help. Now, the bottom of the deck is retreat. So here we got to take a pause. Yo, I updated the website. Go check out the website. Go to the LPH Love Stock 2021 tab and check out the videos from last year's retreat, from all the previous year's retreat, and begin to make your plans to make it to Las Vegas for May 6th, 7th, and 8th here for the retreat that's coming up. So we got to take that brief pause to get you ready. We're still at the end of November, so that's at least 5 months of saving time and planning time. So if you want to be here, it'll be possible for you to be here. It will be an intimate group of spiritual empowerment and enlightening activities and interactions. So the retreat is here, angel number 611. There was a need to, with the retreat, back away from something. And with the retreat also comes the idea of not only backing away, but backing into something that's more relaxing, more soothing, more nourishing. So it's like backing off of the problem and going into that place of love and peace and happiness, right? Because that you got to get into a better feeling place if you want to be feeling better. If you keep focusing on, well, this is a problem, and this is a problem, and this is a problem, then guess what you're going to get is more problems, because what you focus upon grows. Where your focus goes, energy flows. This is what everybody in this spiritual community knows. So it's about honing that ability to focus on the positive aspects of what we love. You love the smile. You love the good times. You love these beautiful interactions. Okay, allowing those to be our point of focus is going to allow for more of those. The more we talk about the problems, the more we talk about, well, this happened to me and that happened to me, and I didn't like this and I didn't like that. Well, guess what? The more I'm not liking this and that, you're going to get. That's just the way the energy works, because you focus upon it. It can't die until you stop focusing upon it. Oh, you always get mad at me. I'm afraid you're going to get mad again because you always get, well, keep focusing there. I'm destined to get mad at that point. You keep on pulling that, evoking that energy from your side of the table. I mean, I could do my side of the table, but I can't do your side of the table too. And maybe that's how you feel sometimes. Whew. We have the flower coming out of the flashcards today. The flower. Things are unfolding. You're blossoming. And the 7 light bulbs at the bottom of the flashcards deck is giving me that energy of the sacred secretion. Like there's a realization of what to focus on, what to leave back, where to put your energy. You're getting clarity. You're seeing clearly from the divine mind, 7 being that number of spiritual wholeness. Okay. On the 7th day, God rested. So also the energy of rest and retreat. Just chill. Stop hitting the problem head on. You know, I was once married. I was married for almost 10 years. And I realized that the only reason that relationship lasted as long as it did was because every time we would have a situation come up, it was like, go to bed, forget about it, wake up like it never happened. Ignore it. Now that relationship was very close, and I actually evolved a lot during it. And that was probably 13 years ago that I've been divorced now. But the fact of the matter is, it only lasted so long because I knew how to forgive and move on without even an apology, without a discussion. Because what happens if you go and you begin to talk about a problem that you had in the past, right ear started ringing really strong right now, then you evoke that vibration again. You bring it right back into right now. So if you can let it go and stop talking about it, And anytime it comes up in your field of feelings and you start feeling about, just release it and let it go. If you can be brave enough to do that, you'll find that it will go away and it won't be a factor in what's coming in for you. Yeah, it happened, but it's like water under the bridge. You're not going chasing the water under the bridge. It's gone. It's over. Let it go. Let it flow. If you keep trying to chase the water under the bridge, what'll happen is you're going to find yourself floating downstream in a minute, getting carried away by the water, getting carried away by emotions. Because just thinking, evoking those emotions will bring that energy of that situation right back to right now. Okay. And it's ironic that this comes up now because, you know, this is the anniversary for me of my father's birthday. And last year I had a difficult experience. Y'all have heard about the day I took one for the team, got punched in the nose, right? Tina remembers for sure. As a matter of fact, I said, God, I'm never going to talk about this again with nobody. I'm never telling this experience to nobody. First person I seen after it was Tina. Told her the whole story. And it was beneficial when I told her that whole story. But I'm hitting it from a different headspace. I'm not talking about it from hurt. I'm not talking about it from anger. I'm talking about it from, this is my opportunity to clear some energy. So that's going to be one factor. It's reminding me of a conversation I had with a person who I love very dearly. And she said to me, what's the difference? You tell the story about your dad all the time. How come I can't tell my stories of what I've been through? What's the difference when you tell your story from me telling my story? How come only you can tell your story? How come you get mad when I tell my story? I said, well, look, the thing of it is, when you tell your story, you're telling it from a place of anger. You still haven't cleaned those emotions up. So you get angry again. When I tell my story, I'm telling it in a teaching way because I've cleaned those emotions up and I'm not angry about it. I'm not in that place. It doesn't make me cry every time. It doesn't make me get into that vibe again. And so that's something to consider. And that's going to really help somebody to get some understanding. So if you feel you must tell the story, yeah, sometimes you're going to tell the story and it is going to take you over emotionally, because way back when, in the years when this whole thing started for me, right after his passing, you know, I did tell the story and it wasn't in a good vibration. It took me years to get there. So I'm also getting the energy of maybe somebody is, you know, clearing their energy by telling you the story and you just have to ignore it. And not to say you're not listening and stuff, but kind of your body is there, you're paying attention, but you're not giving it all your attention somehow. And allow them to have their release without joining in the party and without allowing it to affect you emotionally is something that I'm hearing. So I hope those messages prove beneficial and helpful for something in your life at this time. Because life is real. Feelings are real. The way you feel is valid. It's okay for you to feel. And I'm hearing to share with you that when you have an event that is happened in your past, oftentimes the energy of it will be evoked within you again. Sometimes every year on the anniversary or just random times throughout the year. And this is in order that you can process those emotions and release them differently, hitting them from a different headspace every time they come in. So that's important. So somebody really needs to know that, because sometimes when we're talking on this channel, I get the sense that some of you think, oh no, these emotions are bad. I can't feel them. They're no good for me. Okay, yeah, look, that's not what we're trying to say. Yes, there is a more positive way to feel, but you got to also work yourself into that vibration. And so it's choosing to reach for a better feeling thought and understanding where you're at, because you can't get to where you're going to go without knowing where you're starting. So I hope that helps clear up some of that for someone who is in that place of wondering. Okay, the bottom of the deck, so I woke up with a tarot spread and I'm trying to figure out, did I get this while I was dreaming? Did I get this tarot spread in a dream? Did I get this tarot spread just, did I download it as I was waking up? I'm really not sure if I dreamt this spread. All I know is when I woke up, the first thing I had to do was get my notebook, get my pen, and write this tarot spread down. This tarot spread is called it's a new day. Okay. So it's a new spread that I just received. I'm excited about using it and learning it and getting close to it and being able to use it well to divine for us. So the bottom of the deck we have is manifest. Ooh, say you want to manifest some things. You have manifested some things. Manifestation is all up in your energies at this time. Okay. So here we go. The old way in the old day is finding balance, trying to balance things out. The new way in the new day, interesting, is sadness and isolation, the Three of Swords energy. Wow, that I didn't expect, but that's what it is. The thing to release or stop is the Tower with rebuild. The thing to continue or keep is spread your wings, the Two of Wands energy. And the thing to start or embrace is love abounds, the Ace of Cups. Okay, so in short, what I see here is in the past, the old way was work with somebody else, discuss the problem. Work with somebody else, talk about the tower that came down. Let's talk about it. Why don't you pull up a chair? Why don't you lay back? Let me get my notebook out and let's talk about it. The new way is to start self-love. And there is the Ace of Cups. This is about you and the divine. This is working with the divine to see where love abounds. See where is the love in this. And the new way is sadness and isolation. Transmuting that sadness on your own by going through the pain is the new way. And we talked a lot about that before we even got into these cards. The only way to really release the pain of the past is you're going to feel it. It's going to go out the same way it came in. So if it came in with a lot of tears and hurt, it's going to go out with a lot of tears and hurt. So feel it. Stop trying to run from it. Stop trying to cover it up and hide it and block it. And I'm getting, again, that quote from Rumi that was in the movie Wrinkle in Time. The wound is where the light enters. The wound is where the light enters. So let's pull some clarifiers on these, shall we? Let's begin with the old way on the old day. We're going to start with the silver playing cards. So the old way was finding balance. And I feel like this is talking with somebody else, talking it out. Let's see, clarify, why do we have the Two of Pentacles with fine balance in the old way? Why is this here in the old way? Please clarify the Two of Pentacles finding balance for the old way. Thank you. We have the Queen of Hearts, the Two of Hearts, the Queen of Spades, and the Ten of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have Seven of Wands energy. The Seven of Wands. Okay, so the Queen of Hearts and the Two of Hearts. This is exactly what we were showing. Queen of Hearts and the Two of Hearts. These are two people sharing fellow feeling and getting all emotional. Two people expressing emotion and flowing that emotion back and forth. What I'm getting is in the old way, you got all in your emotions. You felt those emotions so strongly because you got with somebody who was just as emotional as you. And maybe it was a girlfriend, maybe it was a guy friend, whatever. Maybe it was a psychologist. And you got in there and you just started talking about all these emotions and just letting them move, talking about them. Okay. And then the Queen of Spades and the Ten of Wands. So the old way is making a decision of what to end. Making a decision of what to end was what you would do in the old way. Once you talk about it, you decide, I'm cutting it off. I'm just not doing it anymore. I'm not going to have it anymore. And so that's how you would find your balance. You would talk through things and decide what to cut off and what to end. So let's see what, in regards to what we need to release and stop, let's pull out another playing card deck to clarify this position. Why do we have the Tower and rebuild energy in what we need to release and stop? Release and stop to get our new deck. Why is this Tower card here with rebuild? And we talked about blocking off the heart, trying to cover up the heart. So it's like you talked about the emotions, but then you would make a decision to just end something is the old way. So what we need to stop doing is trying to rebuild. Trying to rebuild the heart. I'm hearing trying to rebuild the heart, trying to protect the heart. What's really being highlighted to me is this, the two hands over that glowing heart. That's what's really being highlighted to me in this imagery. So this is what we need to release. This is what we need to stop. So clarify why is this card here for the position of release and stop? We have the Queen of Clubs with the 10 of Clubs, the 3 of Diamonds with the 10 of Hearts. The bottom of the deck is the 5 of Hearts. Emotional restructuring. Emotional restructuring. So what we need to release and stop. Changing emotions, changing our mind. We need to stop changing your mind. Okay, they're giving me something. They're giving me something here that I heard Abraham say. If you're going back and forth between, you're trying to travel from New Mexico to San Diego, you got to keep going. You can't turn around every time you get to Nevada and turn back to New Mexico and decide that this drive is too long. I'm just going back. So it's like the energy of giving up. This is what you need to stop. They're saying Queen of Wands and the 10 of Wands. Queen of Clubs and 10 of Clubs. Queen of Clubs, she is very fiery, very passionate, very determined, very creative, and ending that creativity. 3 of Diamonds, cooperation, working together, and the 10 of Hearts for bliss. So this is what we need to stop. Give me a second just to think on this, or just to meditate on this for just a second. Hold on. So it's like working to the endings, working to endings. It's like, I get the energy here of you give up so quick right before something is to manifest, and then you just quit on it. You put all this energy into it. You work so hard to build it up, and then you decide it's over. I don't care about this no more. I don't want this no more. I just quit. You switch. Okay? So that's something that it benefits us to stop doing, to release and stop that. Now, what we need to keep on with and continue with is making decisions, making choices, spreading your wings, choosing different things, going where you haven't gone before. So let's go ahead and clarify this. We'll go ahead and pull out another deck of playing cards. Thank you. Why do we have this 2 of Wands energy? Spread your wings. Please clarify as far as what we need to keep and continue. Clarify this, please. Thank you. So we have the 3 of Hearts, 7 of Diamonds. This is taking joy in doing the work and tending to your own garden, knowing that the harvest is coming. You got to keep making a choice every day to go towards getting what you wanted. Okay. King of Spades and 5 of Wands. And it's also saying getting through the conflicts, getting through the challenges, using your intellect, and you have to have a knowing that the competition, what competition? Ain't no competition. You got to know that whatever struggles, whatever challenges are there, you will get through them all. And thank you. And I heard loud and clear, any challenge, any conflict, any competition that's in your way is to help you see what you can do, who you are. There really is no competition. There really is no challenge. But you only find that out by going through it. It's developing a quality of strength within you and abilities within. It's showing you your abilities. Okay, the bottom of the deck is the 10 of clubs. So it's like you've ended some things before, and then you've been able to look back on those and see how, they're saying how ending those pursuits, those fights. So you ended some relationships, you ended some career field, you ended something in the past. And even in ending it, you still end up at the same place where that same energy is coming in. And you still end up having to do the work on yourself to get through the confusion, to gain the clarity, to push through and develop these qualities of confidence. I'm hearing the word confidence within yourself, of decisiveness, of how bad do you really want it, and are you willing to do the work of self-development in order to attain your goals, your dreams, your hopes, your desires? Because none of them live in your comfort zone. You got to step out of my comfort zone to accomplish my goals. That's exactly what this is. This is somebody who has decided to step out of their comfort zone to accomplish their goals. And the Two of Wands says clearly, spread your wings. You know, you got to be decided. There's no turning back here. We're not going to get to Nevada from New Mexico and miss San Diego by turning back to New Mexico. We're going to keep going until we get all the way to San Diego. That's how that story goes, if you're going to meet your goals. In other words, you get so far in this manifestation, what you have asked for, you created this, you evoked this energy, you did this. But you get so far and you get so close, and then you turn back and you quit. So it cannot come through. You have to keep with it to allow it to come through, to allow yourself to see the full manifestation of it. So what we should embrace or start doing, we have the Ace of Cups energy with the phrase love abounds. Let's see, why is this card here and to what we should start. Thank you, thank you, thank you. First card falling out, we have the 7 of Hearts. 7 of Hearts. That's like my card of unconditional love and making a wish. But it's unconditional love for the self in this. And the 8 of Hearts is, 8 of Hearts. This is minding your own business and your own energy. In other words, not continuing to move forward towards your goals, regardless of how others feel about it. They might say something. They might not agree with what you're doing. But guess what? You're in it to win it. The 5 of Spades means I'm not going anywhere. There's some challenge here, but I'm not going to leave. And regardless of which way I am, I'm going to honor self-love, coming through really strong in this position. Unconditional self-love. And anywhere where there is a cross-current energy to that, it will come up for you to address. So anywhere where you are crossing your own energy of self-love or allowing yourself to attain your highest vision for your life, it's going to come up in some conflict, in some challenge, in some argument, in some disagreement, somewhere. 7 of Spades, so that you can meet that challenge and push through, so you can see from the divine mind, so you can learn and use strategy to get through it. It's showing stealth and strategy. Anywhere, self-love is going to help you move through any obstacles or challenges to the pursuit of your highest, lightest, and brightest, fulfilling your life purpose, which is living, love, and empowering all. And it's interesting because it's like, as you choose to sit in this unconditional self-love energy and you stay focused and you ain't worried about what somebody got to say about it, and if they trying to cut you down or making it difficult for you, it's interesting because as you just keep on moving, now you leave them sitting back in awe and wonder. I'm seeing you leave them sitting back in awe and wonder, staring at, well, damn, look at them. They didn't care. I tried to trip them up. I stuck my foot out there. They didn't trip. They stumbled a little bit, but they kept on moving down the road. And here I am. I'm still stuck. I haven't made a decision one way or another. I'm not moving. I'm staying in one place. So now what's happening is you're giving that energy back to its source. They tried to trip you up and they end up tripping themselves up in doing so. The 4 of Diamonds is at the bottom of the deck. This is about heart chakra energy for sure. And that love abounds, that's heart energy. So it's like, as you choosing to move towards what honors you and love, and you choose to love others, maybe some of you are choosing to love somebody where others think you should not, because all they see is the contrast in your relationship. Okay, that's all good and fine, but you're choosing it for a reason. I feel like you're choosing it and elevating your spirit through it. And I feel like you can see growth that others cannot see. I do feel that. You can see growth that others are unaware of, unperceiving of. So what we have is the new way, and the new day is the Three of Swords energy. And it is sadness and isolation. So a lot of people have a lot of opinions about the Three of Swords, because, you know, this is where the truth comes in and it hurts like a bat, but it sets you free. And so this is heartbreak and sadness and disappointment, right? So this is about embracing the pain that's there. It's reminding me of when you have some physical pains. If you can thank it and love it, it's going to go away a lot faster than saying, please take this away from me. God, please take this away from me. It'll stay longer. That's what I've seen. So it's like transmuting energy by embracing it. So there's some pain. There's some sadness. You've been through some hard knocks. And rather than trying to, in the past, look at the image we had there with the tower, right? Blocking it out, not letting it shine. In this one, there it is. See, in the old way, what we're being asked to leave alone. Hold on, let me pull that card out of there. Holding it inside and blocking it, right? It always brings the tower. In the new way, it's moving it outside of you. See how the light is now outside? So it's taking that pain and moving it external to you. Okay. Clarify why this is here. The Four of Hearts. Four of Hearts. It's an opportunity. The Four of Hearts is an opportunity, and it's how are you going to look at it? The pain is there. The pain is there. The sadness is there. The disappointment is there. It's very real. This is really how you feel. Okay. Eight of Hearts. Do you have to hold on to it and multiply it, or can you process it and release it and let it go? Let it be where it needs to be, which is outside of your own soul. So in your feeling of the pain, knowing that you're releasing it, can you have that knowing that you're releasing that pain? And releasing it in order to confront the negativity. Jack of Spades energy. In order to confront the negativity and clear it. So when you're having those very difficult days, and you're having those very difficult pains and difficulties of what's happened in the past or what's happening in your present, you can continue to pretend like it's not there and ignore it, or shove it inside. See, that's just the thing. Ignoring it is not the same as shoving it inside. This is saying let it go to ignore it. Four of Spades. Four of Spades is energy of healing, rest, and recuperation. Bottom of the deck is a Jack of Hearts. Ooh. Jack of Hearts is coming through is spiritual healing. And there's turquoise on it. Healing. Turquoise is about healing. The only way to heal the pain is to feel the pain and release it. So somebody's literally going through a situation, and there's no mistake that this reading comes out on my father's birthday, because it's reminding me, last year when I took one for the team, that's why I was in the place I was, because I was trying to feel what I was feeling and release it before coming home. So it might take you through some pains, but you can feel it one last time and release it so you can heal it. But you have to, in your feeling it, not I'm hearing not wallow in it, not simmer in it. It's like let it come and let it flow out from you. Let it flow out. Don't hold it. Excuse me. And This isn't something that you're going to sit on the sofa and talk to somebody about. This isn't with your social group. This is the way you don't want to fucking do it. It's by yourself. It's by yourself with your spirit, with your higher self. This is locking yourself away in your room and crying it out. This is going off into the wilderness and spending the day by yourself and crying it out or yelling it out, giving it to God. You don't like God, you might want to click off. Not my problem. Yeah, so the old way is keep the cycle going, keep it flowing, keep spinning your wheels by just keep talking about it, trying to talk to your friend who understands you, your yes man. You know, they always going to be on your side. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. No, stop going to other people with this, because all that's happening is you're holding it. You're making it yours. You're keeping it to yourself. You're keeping it. You've made some choices like this before where you've pushed yourself beyond where you've known. You've been divinely guided to do that. Look at that light coming in over her crown. Look. So you've been divinely guided to push into the unknown before. Keep doing that. Begin to really focus in on you and your heart. And they're saying, and use the energy of green, of the heart chakra, and let that purify your energy. And some of you have asked to clean your heart up, clear out your heart chakra, whatever that was. And this is how it's happening. By taking what was inside, what was balled up inside, what caused misery and pain, and realizing that you're free of it and pushing that energy external to you. And so you're going to do that. Some of you are going to do that through tears. Again, that's coming up very strongly. But others of you are going to do this just in a conscious awareness of, where am I feeling this pain? Is it really mine? Okay. How can we transmute these energies? Some of you are going to have the ability to really talk yourself through this with this spades energy coming in here. And it's feeling the feelings, letting them flow, letting them go. Remembering that the feelings are meant to flow through you, not stick to you. You don't have to stick them to you. See, in this, we have them sticking to you. And here we have them flowing through you. Okay. And so there's some deep-seated pains, that are being released. But why? But why? Because you wanted to do something. You wanted to be something. You want to live, love, and empower all. Okay. Well, you need to process some of the pain that's blocking that, is one thing I'm hearing. All right. So these are the messages that I have for us today. I'm going to go ahead and check my phone to see if we're complete or if we're going to keep going for today. Let's see what we have. What do we have today, listener Scott? Also, we are Cat. Cat is on for today. Also, I've been recording for your December 2020 zodiac sign readings, so check those out. And also, I've been recording zodiac signs like crazy. So just find your sun, moon, rising, north node, and Venus positions are the ones I highly recommend. But whatever zodiac system you adhere to, find your zodiac sign positions that you like to watch. Sun sign is going to be more as how the world is perceiving you. Your moon sign is going to deal more with your emotional world. Your rising sign is how you're how you're putting your energy out in this world. Your north node has to do more with fulfilling your life purpose. And your Venus has to do more with your romantic world, your financial world, your health world, your own physical aspects. So I recommend those 5 positions. Those are my favorite ones to give attention to. I feel that when I watch all those positions for myself, then I get a fuller understanding and a lot of clarity for myself. So anyhow, that's what I have to say there. And then, like I said, we have a $5 donation from Catherine. From Kat today. So let's go ahead and I'm going to use this deck for you today, Kat, and pull a message for you. Let me just clean these up a little bit so I don't mix up all the cards again. I'm good at that. I did that. As a matter of fact, I still need to get my Knight of Swords from Hector. He ended up with 2 Knights of Swords after I did I was divinely guided to give him a deck, and it had both of my Knight of Swords because I had done a twin flame reading using 2 identical decks. And my spirit had told me, but I didn't listen and clean up the cards immediately. And therefore, yeah, I suffered the repercussions. So there it is. Listen to spirit and clean up your cards immediately. If there's emotional pain, if there's something that's hurting your feelings, clean it up immediately. Because otherwise, later, it's going to be more of a process. Understand how that applies to the message for today? I hope you do, because I do. I see it clearly. And I've channeled it as best as we could for you today. And, okay, so with all that being said and done, that's the end of our general message today. Let's see what is going on with the energies for cats. Please, Lustrous God, channeling cats, angels, ancestors, and guides. What are the perfect messages? What is the perfect message for cats today, Lustrous God? I'm seeing 3 cards. I'm being shown 3 cards. So let's see what is the perfect message for cat today. Okay. The perfect message for cat today. Perfect message for cat today. So what they're showing me is a different way to lay these cards. It's not that they're showing me 3 cards. They're saying lay the 3 cards in the middle first, then they do the old way and the new day. I'm like, okay. So that I'm going to do the same spread that I just, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. The same spread that I just did for you. So channeling cats, angels, ancestors, guides. First card fell, so we're just going to pull from the top now. Give me a second. All right. So as far as what you should release or stop, control, and then what you should keep and continue, find balance. What you need to embrace or start is the 3rd chakra. The old way is the sadness and isolation. Interesting. And the new day is rebuild. So this is interesting. It's almost like your reading is a little bit is very related to the reading that we did in the general, but yours is a little bit different. The bottom of the deck is the 5 of Swords energy with win or lose. So saying that you have been very stuck. I'm seeing stuck in this isolation period, okay? And what you're being encouraged to do is rebuild your heart. And where you have done a lot on your own, this is with your own as well, but they're showing me put the energy into you and retain the energy. Retain it. Build in yourself. Okay. So what you need to release or stop is control. Stop trying to control the situations. Stop trying to decide that you know what it is. What you need to continue to do is bring balance in your world. Allow things to be balanced. In other words, there should be a balance of give and receive. A fair exchange of energy is what I'm getting. A fair exchange of energy. And what you need to do and start and embrace is 3rd eye chakra. So listening to your intuition, embracing your intuition and your clairvoyance, listening to your inner guidance and building up yourself psychically to be aware with what your inner guidance is showing you. So the new day for you is the Tower energy of rebuild. So it's let the shit that's not built on a solid foundation, if it's not balanced, if there's too much control in it, if it's not in harmony with your intuition, let it fall off and rebuild your own heart energy. Focus your energy into yourself, because it seems like you focus your energy a lot outwards and it's given you a lot of pain. Is the old way. It's like almost like if you needed this spread because your energy was almost opposite of the general, right? Your energy was almost opposite of the general, where you had done so much on your own and given so much energy away to others by doing it and being very self-reliant and bringing pain to yourself. And this is saying, no, let what's built on a false foundation fall down, because your intuition is showing you, and you need to start paying more attention to that intuition. And continue to, this is finding balance. This is saying you need to continue to Allow yourself, they're giving me a go round and round in circles, going round and round in circles. The energy should be going round and round in a beautiful circle where it's balance in everything, balance in your family, balance in the use of your time, balance in your hobbies, balance in your education, balance with the children, balance with your mate, balance. So this is like shared energy where it's more balanced and it's not you giving everything. I'm also getting with this that you should continue to work with your long distance connection. You should continue to work with your long distance connection is what I'm getting here. So I trust that this message, I trust that you know more about what we're talking about than I do. But the one thing they're saying for you to release and stop is trying to control. Control. You don't have to be so strong. You don't have to control everything. It's not all up to you to make it happen. The other parties need to be involved in creating and balancing the situations as well. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much, Inamanu, Wanda, Candy. Let me just check and make sure we're complete. It looks like we're complete. All right. So thank you for all you do. Take this love, peace, and happiness energy ahead in your day with you. Until next time, love you. Laters.